Hey everybody, Heiden here, and I'm back with the 23 December 1941 combat replay and intel analysis. I have no idea what happened. I didn't get any really big clues about this, so let's just dive on into it and see what transpired. We got a lot of stuff going on the map right now, and I'm curious to see how it all works out. So let's get into it. Okay, we're live. Expecting to see a lot of sub activity now. All right, so we're spotting some ships out there in the Solomons. All right, we got a lot of submarine activity going on here now. Ah, dang it. Ah, all right. Well, now we got a rowboat out there by Howard Island, so this ship's gonna go down. This ship was coming out of Canton to resupply Howland. I did not expect to see subs here. He's got subs basically blockading every one of our islands. Dang it, that was a waste of a ship. Right, this is gonna go down. Dang it. He's got us blockaded good. I just can't send unescorted ships anymore. Okay, so we actually have one of his RO boats at Wake too now. This is a ship we have at Wake supplying Wake, and he's trying to attack. He didn't attack it, but it just reiterates that we have Japanese subs everywhere. Okay, so it looks like we have what appears to be an invasion at Jesseltren, which is the last real holdout for us in North Borneo, at least on the northern coast. So this has not been taken yet, but he's finishing up here. They take a little bit of casualties coming ashore, but nothing serious. Man, subs are everywhere. All right, so he's continuing to land at Jesseltren, but Jesselton, not Jesseltren, Jesselton. We just don't have anything there to oppose it but a base force. Oh my goodness. Okay, yep, we got a problem now. I think he's gotten wise to our convoy routes, so now we're gonna have to really vary it up. Oh man, we just don't have enough escorts to be. We're gonna lose this ship for sure. Oh well, maybe not yet, but it's. Oh boy, that was a close one. Yeah, so now we're gonna have to abandon the Wake resupply. I just can't. I can't leave anything unescorted here. He's everywhere. Looks like he's taking the bait, guys. Hmm. Interesting sighting at Dutch Harbor. That could be a concern. All right. Here comes the air bombardment at Kuala Lumpur. And the reason that he's attacking this is the last thing that's blocking the rail line from north to south. I just have a block force here. So once he takes that, he's going to have rail lines that he can bypass Timalo to get down towards Singapore. That is a huge raid. Look at the size of this raid. Huge raid. Now, we don't take a ton of casualties, but we don't have a lot of troops there to take casualties from. But the size of this raid is amazing. Look at that. Oh, 100 aircraft. And he's sweeping Singapore. Nothing there. Wow! Look at the size of this raid. These poor I-16s didn't have a chance, man. They're goners. I'll let you guys watch the fun. What huge raids he's launching. There is absolutely no cap that I could put up that would be able to deal with these zeros right now. Nothing that I have in this whole world would be able to stop a 21 cap, a 21 escort zero force, unless I had like 60 aircraft of any kind of type to do it. So these poor I-15s, they just don't stand a chance. They just need to call it off. Now, I did see they did damage a 0 or 2, which is interesting, but I doubt that those are going to go down. Those poor I-15s. Yeah. Wow, what a huge raid. So this is an airfield raid, okay? So he's targeting the airfield at Loyang to prevent us from building fortifications there. He's looking to take this. Yeah. That's a big raid. So we kill one of his aircraft by flak. We lose at least 2 I-15s, probably more, and a fair amount of runway hits, which is going to lock up our fortification building capability. And another raid, similar. Probably stragglers from the last one. Light raid here. He's just attacking a retreating unit. Notice that he's missing a Tojo. Remember, he lost one last turn. Now he's only got 8 left. Got some Idas hitting here at Cancien. He's got a lot of bombers. Jeez. I haven't seen so many bombers. I feel like he's grabbed every single unit out of Manchukuo that could move and moved them into play over here, because these are big raids that he's sending. I don't think he's got any bomber training units left over here. I think he's released them all and brought them into China. Yeah, I feel like he's moved all of his aircraft over. These are big raids. Well, this is a bait ship, so... But do you guys see something here? Look where his carriers are at now. He's pulled them off the coast. So the bait is working. They're keeping his attack aircraft tied up out here as opposed to targeting the ships that we've got leaving Townsville. Alright, so these Kates are going after the other bait ship here. Yeah, that ship's a gunner too. He's attacking with bombs, so I'm wondering if he's run out of torpedoes. That's a sign that he may be running out of sorties too. Ah, I hope there wasn't anything super critical on that ship. I don't think there was, but... Okay, so we've got Mavises scouting us at Rangoon now. Okay, this is a raid on a beat-up unit that is leaving Victoria Point. I doubt this unit survives the trek north with these constant bombing raids. A lot of bomber activity. All right, so it looks like we survived the brunt of the. Um, Look at that. We also have a rowboat at Johnston Island. So every one of our major islands, he's got at least one sub um, parked, and they all appear to be the rowboats. So he's using the RO boats for blockade um, at the islands, and he's using his I boats out in open sea. Very concerning. That's going to make it difficult to get ships into those islands without escort, and I don't have a lot of escort ships to be sending on these types of missions, so that's going to cause us a problem. Oh, looks like he caught up. He caught up to the Lusawaria. This unit is finished. I'm sure it's going to get killed here now. Nope, they got out again. I'm surprised they have any troops left to even lose. I think just a general and his dog are left. All right, this is a unit I've just been keeping in play here. Just to keep him busy because there's no way I can retreat them north. So they deliberately attack and we take losses but not destroyed. So we live to fight one more turn. Allied units surrounded at Batangas. Yep. All right, so now we're into the fortification phase, and this is basically the end of the turn. Not too much action, but a lot of strategic implications from what we saw. And we'll talk about that in the intel analysis shortly. Let's see if we get any new ships or units coming on the map right now. Oh man, I didn't fix that yet. Multan, Kwai and Multan. Kwai Multan. Okay, we got some units coming in here. A few new ships. Okay, we'll take a look at the intel analysis now. Okay, guys, we're back here with the intel brief and the analysis. Let's take a look. Okay, so we'll start with aircraft losses as always. Today wasn't too much of a horrible day. It was 8-5. A lot of our losses came from the I-15s that were capping a low yang. They just had no chance against the Zeros. So we lost 5 of those, 3 in the air and 2 to ops losses. He loses a bunch of a couple Lilies and a bunch of assorted bombers. We lose a couple Catalinas, which is unfortunate because we need every one of those we can get. But overall, the losses weren't too bad, and with the exception of the air combat at Loyang, it was mostly ops losses for both of us. For pilots lost, 3 wounded and 1 KIA. Again, not too bad considering. Ship sunk. Not so great. So we lost this ship here on the way into Baker Island on a resupply mission. So this ship was going in unescorted because I didn't think that he would have a sub there. But we've now learned this turn that he's got a sub basically parked at every one of our major islands out in the Pacific. So we cannot send any ships unescorted anymore because he'll just kill them. So definitely an issue there. I don't have a lot of escort ships to spare for these sort of missions. So we're going to have to reevaluate how we get stuff in and out. This Minnesotan was lost out here, leaving Pearl Harbor. It was unloaded. But it's telling me that he's discovered what our convoy lanes are now, so we have to mix those up. And these last 2 AKLs were lost as my bait ships, which in hindsight I probably didn't need because he appears to be pulling out his carriers from Australia, but we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at his losses to see if we can determine anything else. So it's sitting pretty steady right now. These ships are all showing as lost. There's been no updates yet. Ground losses, not too bad last turn. We took some losses. He took none again because that's just how this goes. Yeah, so as far as losses, it wasn't too bad last turn. Here's a snapshot of the score. We're still in the lead, but this number is swapping every single day. All right, so let's take a look at the situation report here. So in China, there's some issues here. Okay, he started bombing Luoyang and he's doing airfield strikes. And while he didn't necessarily do enough damage to render the field useless, what he did do is he put a stop on our fortification building because we had to stop and repair that turn. Again, not a lot of damage, but it slows down our fort building, which we really need to be effective. So he's hitting us with big raids here at Luoyang now. So this is letting us know that he's starting to focus on this. He knows that we have a lot of forces here, and he wants to make it harder for us to operate. In the south, we've got some issues as you see what he's doing? He's blocking off our retreat paths for our forces leaving southeastern China. So he's got a unit at this crossroads here and a unit at this crossroad here. I'm not certain as to the size of these units. I don't think they're that big because I don't think the Japanese have a ton of troops down here to move up. But they're just going to block us, so we're going to have to fight our way through it. And we don't have a lot of supplies to do it. So this is kind of a pain in the butt because we're having to go off-roading here to get to where we need to go. So we need to deal with this, and we need to deal with this. This we can bypass. But if he starts to really consolidate here, we're going to be effectively trapped and cut off from getting out of here. And that's a lot of troops to lose. So keep an eye on this area. It's going to be an issue. And he also has this force here, which is the actual composition we don't know. But he appears to be moving towards Kukong. So we could be facing a battle here. And if he takes this base, the next stop is the Heartland that I do not want to lose. So a little bit of strategic situation going on here in China that we need to start paying attention to more. Additionally, up here, he's crossed the river, and he may be moving to block this grid, which we cannot allow. The problem is it's clear terrain, so we don't have any way of defending it well. If he gets into here, these two bases are cut off, and we have to retreat up this road and abandon it, which I don't want. So I may be moving back into this grid to block this unit from going any further and taking our supply lines out right here. Okay? It's basically a situation in China. Nothing substantial to report in Burma right now. It's situation normal. Malaya, he's really focusing us down at Kuala Lumpur. I know he's going in to take this, so we have a couple, 2-3 turns at most before he gets, maybe 5 turns before he gets in here and takes that. Then he has an open rail line all the way from here up to Bangkok. And he can bypass us at Temalo if that's the case. So this is, once this falls, which it will, he'll have a straight shot for supplies down into Singapore when he takes it. Not much going on in Java, which is a good thing. That unit that he had down here has disappeared. I don't know where it went. My guess would be he's out here somewhere, maybe looking to take out some of my ships that are fleeing Surabaya. So we need to try to get some scouting assets over here to figure out what he's got, where that unit went, where it's at. I also noticed this just now. This came back into view, and it appears to be moving northwest. I don't know exactly what this is. But if I were to guess, he may be looking to retake something here. And then we also have this unit. Something else moving west. I don't know what this is. We need to get some spotting on that. So 2 basically unknown units moving back in. So that's what we got there. And that might be putting a shot timer on how much time we have to get these units out of Balikpapan. If it's another carrier task force, game's over. Well, the game's not over, but the show's over. Now over here in Australia, this Keto Butai unit appears to be moving away. It was over here last turn, basically parked here at Townsville, and now he's moved substantially far away, out of striking distance from anything here. We did lose those 2 cargo ships here and here, which were my bait ships to draw his aircraft away So I hate to do that kind of thing, but it did help because we got a lot of our big ships out of Townsville safely without being attacked. So they did serve a purpose. So hopefully now we can catch our breath. He'll move these guys out of here, hopefully far enough away that we don't see them for a while, and we can resume getting troops into Port Moresby. That's something that's very important for me. And then, again, the issue that we're going to be having out here is that he's basically parked ships at all of our islands that are important to us, right? Baker, Canton, Palmyra, Johnston, Wake, and you can bet he's got something at Midway as well. And that's going to prevent us from getting our supplies in. So that's our situation right now. Again, a relatively quiet turn, which we need. But I don't know how many more quiet turns we're going to get. And the tactical situation is still the same. Whenever his carriers are in play, we are shut down. We can't move. We can't operate. And I don't have carriers anywhere near here or decent air units to defend against them. So until we get those in place, we're at the mercy of whenever he wants to strike and wherever he wants to strike. So, I'm going to be putting a little more attention into China now because we got to find a way to get all these troops out of here without dying. We need to keep a close eye on these units here and where they're going. We need to figure out where the unit that was here went. I'm worried that it's out over here and it's just waiting to strike. And that's basically it. Oh, yeah. Oh, over here, we didn't get a raid last turn at Clark. But because we have so much damage to the field, the fortification level is still not building up. Right? So, that's what we got. If you think I missed anything, please let me know, and we'll take a look at it. I'll answer your questions. Please come over to my Discord. We recently did some overhauling there. We put some roles and permissions in there so that both Lodrik and I have a little more privacy in our respective channels, right? You can either ask to be let into his or let into mine so that we don't have people that are constantly going back and forth and looking at stuff and potentially sharing information with the other side that we shouldn't be. Now, I don't think that's been an issue yet, but it might be going forward. So you got to pick a side, guys. You either got to be with us or against us. Either one of you are welcome, but you got to pick a side. So anyway, that's all I got for this turn. Stay tuned for the next one. Take care.